and welcome to my guide to DBD content creation. I'm Sage. I make videos about Dead by Daylight, and I talk about the psychology of in-game interactions sometimes. I've been learning how to edit for 2 years, so I wanted to walk y'all through how I make videos, and how you can get started making content of your own. I have a video idea list that I can draw from when inspiration isn't striking, but the best way for me to come up with an idea is to play the game a lot. I get online, hit record, and play. Every trial tells a story and includes some level of interactions between humans. If I hear the same story enough times, then I know what my next video topic is. My last video was about why items matter to killers. And that idea popped into my head because of this Wraith game I had where a Sable collected some items for me. So once I have a video idea, I try to play enough games to have enough footage to really tackle this phenomenon. Generally, I record 2 to 8 hours. Do not force whatever you're looking for. Dead by Daylight is unpredictable in the sense that if you are actively seeking some sort of interaction, you will never find it. So I've learned to go with wherever Dead by Daylight takes me. Because of how social the game is, I can almost always find something new to talk about regarding human interaction. This is a tough skill to learn, and it's one I've refined over the years. Videos don't have to be scripted to be polished, but if I don't have a script, then I tend to stumble over my words. In the script, this is supposed to be an unscripted section, and I'm already a little bit stumped on what I'm supposed to talk about, but you can kind of see there's more pauses because I'm thinking about what I have to say, rather than just reading something that says what I have to say. The most important thing about writing is getting ideas onto the page. You will likely change things and move stuff around, but as long as you're writing something, you're making progress. I follow the general template of having an introduction, evidence, analysis, and a conclusion. I also like to have a moral or a lesson to learn by the end of the videos. I want there to be a tangible takeaway. Once the script has been recorded, I edit out all of the pauses and stuttering so that it flows together cleanly. Now we have audio, and we need visuals to go with it. I don't have the best attention span, so I change visuals very frequently. I have had a bunch of art of the twins made over the years, so I can use that as the representation of me when I'm talking. And I can also use the gameplay footage I just collected, cat gifs, stock images, and sound effects that can be found on YouTube. The first thing I make whenever I start a new project is the introduction. A lot of the times my intros are montages, which is one of my favorite things to edit. Montages can be made by skimming through your footage and finding a bunch of examples of similar things happening and cutting those things together smoothly. Editing is a lot of trial and error. You try something out and it might not look good, so you try again. I generally rewatch my progress over and over and over again just to see if it flows together. I use a lot of music in my videos. In my intros, my outros, my montages. I use them because I believe they add value to my work. I use them to convey feelings that I can't put into words. And I use them because making videos and this entire editing process matters more to me than monetization. I don't make money from my videos, and I hope you're not here because you're trying to learn how to make money as a DBDTuber, because I don't know. There's a video I will link down below that teaches you keybinds that can make cutting down footage so much easier. You do not need to buy the premium version of DaVinci Resolve. I learned most of my editing skills using the free version, and I only bought the upgrade because I wanted some cooler transitions, but those really aren't necessary for good videos. A tip I have for clean audio is a few things. When I record scripts, I put a blanket over my head so the audio can be good. On top of that, I use the isolate voice feature in DaVinci, and it can make audio go from this, "Hello, this is Sage from the Twins Main Sage channel," to this, "Hello, this is Sage from the Twins Main Sage channel." Everyone is going to have their own sense of humor and their own editing style. My best tips for when you're starting out is making easier videos like montages or compilations. And gradually, once you get your bearings, you should branch out. There are videos that generally do very well in the DBD YouTube space. There's videos about toxic survivors or killers or streamers, there's build showcases and guides, and there's stream highlights or game showcases. These are oversaturated spaces, and if these are videos you're interested in making, then I'd try my best to manage expectations. I tried compilation videos and stream highlights, and they were good for teaching me how to edit, but I've really found a niche for myself by incorporating psychology into my videos. I'd like to specifically talk about the SALT videos, talking about mean streamers or survivors or killers. It's easy to enjoy negativity, and it's easy to look at people being mean and to laugh at them. But in my opinion, if you make and consume too much negative content, it will have a lasting impact on your approach to the game and probably your life. I'd like to quote a friend of mine who was talking about DBD content creation, and he said that there's no limit to how positive a YouTuber you can be, but there's definitely such thing as too much negativity. I curate my comment section. I know that any comment equals engagement for the algorithm or whatever, but I just don't want to see arguments or negativity in my corner of the internet. I have blocked tens of people from being able to comment on my videos because I choose not to engage with negativity. There are mean people on the internet. I got my first hate comment on the second video I ever made, and it almost made me quit YouTube. Do not let their misery drag you down. If you are doing something creative and creating something that you like, then you are living life right. How do you handle an upload schedule? I know my limits. I know how quickly it takes for me to make a video, and I organize my schedule accordingly. I could probably post a video every 4 days, but it wouldn't be sustainable because I have school and a social life I want to keep up. Consistency is important, but it's not as important as maintaining good physical and mental health, and making sure that you're enjoying the content that you're creating. How do you make a good thumbnail? For special thumbnails or topics, I commission renders from artists in my community in order to make my thumbnails stand out. But generally, I look for a DBD background, I use a font generator to get more interesting looking text, and I try to have some sort of on-theme message or image. In this video, I showed a survivor and a killer having a moment along with the text "a survivor's currency" because that's shorter and more succinct than "why are items significant to killers." You want the text of your thumbnail and the text of your title to work together to give an impression to the viewer of what your video is about. How do you avoid burnout? Make videos you enjoy watching. It also helps that I enjoy the process of editing, and the most nerve-wracking part for me is posting the video. I also try new things, even if they don't work. I try to not let numbers or view counts get in my head, because what matters most is your opinion of what you're making. What do you want to see more in the DBD community? I'd love to see more positivity. There is an endless, exhausting amount of complaining all the time. I know this game is flawed. I know people are mean sometimes. I want to hear why you keep coming back to the game and what you like about it, because I think everyone has unique reasons if they really look within. What makes a good streamer/content creator? This is subjective, but I find passionate, authentic, and kind people to be the best to watch. What makes a good video? Another subjective question, but if I find I have a lot to say on a topic, and if I'm happy with the end result, then it's a good video in my eyes. How do you find new topics? Learn and try new things. I find video topics through my studies in college. I play the game until it tells me something new that I haven't covered before. I ask myself why I do the things that I do, and I try to dive deeper into that to see what drives my behavior and my approach to this game. How do you keep people's attention? Honestly, I change visuals pretty often. If the video is slowed down for a long tangent, I try to have the next segment be faster paced. I also like to keep my videos short and sweet for the most part because I talk fast and I don't want to drone on and on if I've said all of my thoughts on a topic. How do you know what to cut out? The quiet moments when there's no interactions between characters. The walking across the map, kicking generators and pallets. These aren't particularly interesting moments. So I skim through my footage until I find a memorable moment that would fit into whatever I'm talking about. Does MMR matter if you're recording for a DBD video? I don't make videos talking about how I'm a high-skill survivor or killer, or how I exclusively go against good survivors or killers. So for me, MMR doesn't mean anything. I'm probably right in the middle. I get good survivors and good killers and bad killers. I like a healthy mix of each. How do you stand out with your content? This is a bit of a tough question. When I started making videos relating to psychology, my channel gained some traction. But I didn't start making these videos because I wanted to stand out. I made them because they interest me. I'd say follow your interests and passions and see where that leads you. If you are choosing topics because they are different rather than choosing topics because they interest you, then your heart might be in the wrong place. How do you find fitting music for your videos? This might be a bit silly, but I just listen to a lot of music, and when I find a part of a song that I particularly like, I add that song to my playlist. I'm sorry that this video is super long, but this is the topic that I'm passionate about. I love making videos, I love being a part of the DBD space, and I'm lucky to have gotten this far on YouTube. I'm not here for money, I'm not here as a career, I'm here because I love the editing process and I wanted to share with you guys. If you do happen to start DBD content creation, I wish you the best of luck. Be true to yourself and your values. Don't let yourself get lost in fixating on numbers and statistics. A video with low views is not a bad video. Best of luck in the fog, take care of yourselves, and I'll see y'all next Saturday. I'd like to thank the wonderful supporters of this channel on Ko-Fi: Nelson, Ulren, Fajitas, Leo, Herpington, Fluffy, Taxi, Souza, Katz, Hammock, Alibi, Taz, and Bashi. Thank you all for the support. If you've stayed this long, thank you so much. Here is a guinea pig.